Today we're taking a look at these matches, which are happening on Monday, June 20th, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Miami Marlins vs New York Mets. Our team pick is Miami Marlins for the win, and here is why. The Marlins will have Trevor Rogers on the hill for the 13th time of the season in the finale. Rogers had trouble in his previous start, conceding 5 runs, 4 earned, in 3.2 innings against the Phillies, and was able to finish with a no decision in a game the Fish won by an 11-9 score. The young left-hander has squandered 11 runs in his last 12.1 innings, and his ERA has dipped to 5.87, along with a 1.65 whip, accompanied by a 3-5 record in 53.2 innings of work. Rogers has limited the Mets to only 3 runs in 20 career innings. David Peterson will make his 10th outing of the season on Monday. Peterson wasn't at his best last time out, giving up 4 runs in 4 innings against the Brewers, and was hit with a defeat to fall to 3-1. The young southpaw has fared reasonably well, but usually only pitches 4 to 5 innings and enters with a 3.60 ERA and a 1.33 whip in 40 innings of work on the season. He allowed 2 runs in 5 innings in his lone career meeting against the Marlins. The Marlins are a competitive young team and are a respectable 5-5 in their last 10 games. Marlins starter Trevor Rogers has contained the Mets in his 4 career meetings, conceding only 4 runs in 20 innings, equating to a dazzling 1.35 ERA. Furthermore, Mets starter David Peterson hasn't been reliable in his limited action this season. He has squandered 13 runs, 10 earned, in his last 4 outings spanning 15 innings. The Marlins have scored an average of 4.9 runs in their last 10 games, including 6 in Sunday's victory, and should do enough at the plate to record the win. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs. And here is why. The Marlins are averaging 4.48 runs per game and 4.29 runs per game on the road. They averaged 3 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Mets. With New York giving up 3.50 runs per game at home, the Marlins will be held under their average in this game. The Mets are averaging 5.07 runs per game and 5.28 runs per game at home. They averaged 8.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Marlins. Even though Miami is giving up 4.35 runs per game on the road, they gave up 5.5 runs per game in games started by Rogers, so expect the Mets to score enough runs to push the score over the total. The Marlins and Mets played over the total in 2 of their last 3 meetings. Pittsburgh Pirates vs Chicago Cubs. Our team pick is Pittsburgh for the win. And here is why. Chicago has been under the .500 mark since the 3rd week of the season, but things got particularly bad earlier this month. The Cubs went on a 10-game losing streak, getting swept by the Yankees and Padres during that skid. They were able to break out of the slump by beating the red-hot Braves on Friday and then added another surprising win on Saturday. Chicago came up short of the sweep in a 6-0 loss on Sunday. The Cubs are now on the road for their next 7 games. They are 12 games back of St. Louis in the National League Central and are 12.5 games back of Atlanta for the final NL wildcard spot. Pittsburgh had been clawing its way towards the .500 mark earlier this month, getting as close as 24 to 28 overall. The Pirates have been one of the coldest teams in baseball since then, losing 11 of their next 12 games. They finally added another win on Sunday, wrapping up their series against San Francisco with a 4-3 victory. This series will conclude a 7-game homestand that finishes up on Thursday afternoon. Pittsburgh is sitting 1.5 games ahead of Chicago in the NL Central standings, trailing the Cardinals and Brewers by 10.5 games. The Pirates are also 11 games back of the final NL wildcard spot, so neither one of these teams is expected to stay in the hunt. There is a major disparity in these starting pitchers, making this a pretty straightforward pick in a game featuring pick'em odds. Brubaker has been in excellent form of late, posting a sub-3.30 ERA over his last 5 starts. He gave up just 2 earned runs against a powerful St. Louis lineup his last time out, showing some excellent control. This will be an easier task against a Chicago team that was shut out on Sunday. The Cubs are sending out Killian for his 3rd time through the rotation due to some injuries. He has not been good by any stretch of the imagination so far, making Pittsburgh a strong betting option on Monday. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs. And here is why. The Chicago Cubs had a pretty good weekend all things considered, winning a series against the hottest team in baseball, the Atlanta Braves. The Cubs had come into that series having lost 10 straight while the Braves had been undefeated in the month of June, winning 14 straight. Few thought the Cubs had any chance of winning one game, let alone the series. But they are in 4th place in the division, only a couple games ahead of the last place Reds, so they need to string together a few more series wins to get back in the mix. The Pittsburgh Pirates did not have as good a weekend as the Cubs did, losing a series to the San Francisco Giants. In fact, they had been struggling mightily leading into that series, losing 9 of 10 games. They sit in 3rd place in the NL Central, but are just percentage points ahead of the Cubs in the standings. The Pirates only score 3.39 runs per game, which is 28th best in the league. They are 28th in team batting average, 23rd in home runs and 28th in slugging percentage. Ke'Bryan Hayes leads the Pirates batting .275 with 2 home runs and 22 RBIs, while Brian Reynolds is hitting .248 with 11 homers and 21 RBIs. The Pirates are a pretty terrible offensive team, but they are slightly more productive at home. And they are facing one of the worst pitching staffs in baseball, so they should be able to put some runs on the board. Of course, they were on the losing end of a 21-0 game earlier this season against the Cubs. Yes, that was the actual score of the Pirates game, not a Steelers game. Bottom line, there's just not a lot of good pitching here on display, and the Cubs can certainly put some runs on the board. I think the Pirates eke this out against a bad Cubs bullpen and push this over the total. Boston Red Sox vs Detroit Tigers. Our team pick is Boston minus 1.5 runs, and here is why. The Detroit Tigers arrive at Fenway Park well under .500 and with a nearly minus 100 run differential. The main reason for the differential is the team's impotent offense. On Saturday, the Tigers exploded for 14 runs, their most runs of the season, and just the second time Detroit has scored in double figures this season. The Tigers followed that up on Sunday with another 7-run in a 7-3 win over Texas to take the series. Robbie Grossman had a big day with 4 RBI and a 2-for-4 day including his second home run. The Tigers' offense has now produced 21 runs in 2 games after scoring 19 total runs in the previous 10 games. Winkowski will benefit once again by facing a light-hitting offense. Against Oakland, he was able to keep the ball down and force 11 ground ball outs. He will look to do the same thing against the fabled Tigers attack. The Tigers are hitting just .211 against right-handed pitching this season. On the road, they are hitting even lower at .205 overall and scoring even less at 2.3 runs per game. The Red Sox should be able to tee off against Fido despite his better road numbers this season. He has, however, allowed 3 home runs in just 3 road starts, which will be an issue against the Red Sox' potent attack. The Sox have belted 45 home runs against right-handed pitching this season, and Devers is hitting .332 against righties with 13 home runs. Our total pick is over the total. Detroit will trot out rookie Alex Fido for the first game of this series. He had a rough go last week in a start against the White Sox, giving up 7 runs on 9 hits over 3 innings of work. He has pitched well this year, but watched his ERA balloon to 4.28 in the poor effort. Boston has the 6th highest team slugging percentage, .412, and scores 4.71 runs per game. Detroit's games have been going under quite often recently, but this is a good spot for both clubs to put up a nice number. As long as Detroit is able to muster 3 runs on the rookie Winkowski, this game will eclipse the projected number. Look for Devers and company to get a hold of Fido and keep this game high scoring. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you the user or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.